Hey, good Tuesday evening to you. Glad to have you along here on WLA TV. It's our first volleyball match of the season, and it comes here in the postseason. Jordan King with you here along for the ride in this WIAA regional quarterfinal first round action. The 7th seeded Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings home here on WLA TV and taking on the number 10 seeded Poynette Pumas. And trying to start off this postseason run the right way are the Vikings, and welcoming in Poynette. We'll talk about both teams, talk about the bracket a little bit as we move through the night. I want to say, first of all, thanks for sticking around through the early technical difficulties. Moving across the gym this year, so we're a little bit in new unfamiliar territory, and got the new dig set up, and right when you can test it as much as you want, and the first time you go live, you just don't know. So there you go. We're glad to have you along though, and I think we are in for a smooth ride for the rest of the time. WLA comes into this postseason match 19-11 on the season. One of their big players, one of their best players, and now this is a senior-led team for the Vikings and quite a veteran team, but led by Milena Dins, a 4-year varsity player. The 5'8 senior just hit the 700 kill mark in her career about a week and a half or a week or so ago. So that's Milena Dins. We expect fireworks out of her every time she goes up. There's a chance for the Vikings. The Vikings, while they have a lot of experience around, you talk about Avery Supernand, usually starts over on the right side. Their other right option is Abby Cole, as, by the way, Milena Din's going to play all the way around. And you got the junior middle and senior middle duo. The senior is Lindsay Nell, the junior being Milena's sister, Brooklyn Dins, the 5'10 junior. And Nell goes, let's see here. What do they got Nell listed at? 6 foot? That's friendly. But they maybe gave her an extra inch or two on the program. But 6 foot senior is Lindsay Nell, and those two are pretty good in the middle as well. So even Sam Unger, who is the sophomore setter for the Vikings and plays all the way around, sets the entire time. She's a second-year player and really contributed as a freshman as well. The only person in the starting lineup that really does not have that much experience up until this season is the other sophomore in the starting lineup, and that's Haley Wolf. She's going to be the libero for the Vikings, wears number 6. We'll talk about the starting lineups for the Vikings, who went 19-11 this season, finished 4th, which is a little bit of a disappointing finish for them. I think they had higher hopes, maybe contending with Springs for that second spot in the conference. Obviously, number 1 was always going to be tough. With everything that Laconia brought back, and the Laconia Spartans are the only undefeated team in the entire state left, and they have a heck of a they just have an unbelievable roster, and all the talent that they got over there in Rosendale. They kick things off against Princeton Green Lake coming up here tonight. 20 minutes to the west of here. So WLA 4th place finish behind Springs. Mayville were 2 and 3 in that one. So there you go. That's Winnebago Lutheran Academy. Poynette 8-15 on the season. Their last time out, they were swept by Lakeside, 3-0 in that one. Poynette plays in the Capital North Conference with Lakeside Lutheran, Lake Mills, Lodi, and Columbus. They finished 2-6. Their 2 wins coming over Columbus, who was 0-8 in the double round robin Capital North standings. Lakeside Lutheran won that at a perfect 8-0. But Poynette really, struggling a little bit this year. I think a 10 seed is maybe a little bit surprising for the Pumas, considering the fact they only have 8 wins on the season compared to their 15 losses. No statistics on WIS Sports for Poynette, so not a lot I can bring to you there. By the way, we're about 2.5 minutes until first serve here. They'll have national anthem and starters, and we'll talk about that a little bit later on. We mentioned earlier the 1 seed is Laconia. They play the number 16 seeded Princeton Green Lake. Waterloo heads to Marquezan. That's an 8-9 matchup. Winner will take on Laconia. St. Mary Springs gets to host Dodgeland. Springs had a nice year this year. Their only conference loss, finishing second in the conference, came to Laconia. Randolph hosts Partyville. Randolph has a lot of tradition on the girls' sports side of things, especially those gym sports. And I would think Randolph will at least, maybe give Laconia a little bit of a test should they see them sometime down the line. Now, Laconia's only lost like 5 sets this year. Sets. Have not yet lost a match. So Laconia is as dominant as a team has been so far in any division in this state. Marshall is the 3 seed. They host Westfield this evening. Montello travels to Abundant Life Christian and St. Ambrose. That co-op is the 6th seed hosting 11th seeded Montello. And WLA here against Poynette. The bottom of the bracket is Lomira at Horicon. And obviously the winner of this one here tonight likely heads over to Horicon on Thursday. And that'll be a regional semifinal. The winner of that one would be able to play a regional final that you would assume would take place at Marshall if everything else held true. That would be a big statement if WLA first able to get through tonight. Now, obviously, they're favored. They're at home. You would expect them to win tonight. But if you're able to go down to Horicon and knock off a really good Horicon team, that is a whole different ballgame. Okay, and that comes up on Thursday. But WLA's got to get over this hurdle first. Can't look past the Poynette Pumas. Maybe the resume doesn't look like a 10 seed, but it is a 7-10 matchup. And if you're like me and you like watching the NCAA basketball tournament, the 10-7s, you got to watch out for those. 10's just as likely to pull off the win as the 7s are. We're 30 seconds till anthem and tip. You will hear that right here on WLA TV. We'll come back with the first serve. That comes up next on WLA TV. Stay with us.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to tonight's WIAA regional matchup between the Poynette Pumas and your Winnebago Lutheran Academy Vikings. To honor America and those defending our freedom, we ask those who are able to stand, remove your hats and place your hand over your heart for the singing of our national anthem. Tonight it will be performed by WLA senior McKenna Herbrand.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the
sportsmanship by student athletes, coaches, and spectators at education-based interscholastic events. We request your cooperation by supporting the participants and officials in a positive manner. Profanity, racial, sexist, or ethnic comments, or other intimidating or taunting actions or chants will not be tolerated and are grounds for removal from the site of competition. Please enjoy the game in a positive manner. Now, we have the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the Poynette Pumas. Number 2, Emma Yelp. Number 5, Maggie Steinhorst. Number 9, Elsa Feller. Number 14, Cassidy McCaffrey. Number 24, Val F. Number 36, Sydney Wright. Number 51, Addison Mackey. And the libero is number 5, Maggie Steinmetz. The Pumas are coached by Jesse Atkins. And now the starting lineup for your WIAA Vikings. Number 4, senior, Avery Superman. Number 5, junior, Brooklyn Dance. Number 7, sophomore, Sam Unger. Number 10, a senior, Melena Dins. Number 12, senior, Lindsay Nell. Number 20, a senior, Abby Cole. And our libero, number 6, sophomore, Haley Wolf. The Vikings are coached by Emily Francis. The referees for tonight's game are Wendy Leesjohn.
There you go. You just the great PA voice of Principal Dave Schrader. There on the announcement of the starting lineups. And I think I got everyone marked down for Poynette. It's always a little bit distracting and a little tough when you have to deal with the libero and the changing of the jerseys and all that stuff. Emma Yelk, Elsa Feller, Cassidy McCaffrey, Vi Heth, Sydney Wright, Maggie Steinhorst, and the libero for them is Addison Mackey. For the Vikings, they've actually remained pretty unchanged. Decent health this year, and they've gotten into a groove in terms of what they feel like their best lineup is, and they have remained rather unchanged all season long. Sam Unger is the sophomore. The libero is sophomore number 6, Haley Wolf, and she's going to come in for Brooklyn Dins, who is listed as a starter. Melena Dins is number 10. She will patrol the left side, but she's plays all around for the Vikings, and she is probably their best defender, probably their best server, and undoubtedly their best offensive hitter. Also starting for the Vikings, Avery Supernan, Lindsay Nell, Abby Cole, and Sam Unger. Unger, the sophomore, is going to get things rolling here for the Vikings at the service line as this WIAA regional quarterfinal, is underway. And something that, in my experience with watching WLA, is usually something that's a big deal for them and something they do rather negatively that impacts them is service aces. And both teams are going to trade service aces to start here, so no harm, no foul, perhaps. But Unger not able to get that first one in. So Avery Supernan with a chance here for the Vikings, tied up at 1 early in the first set. Set up there on the far side, and a swing for Poynette. It's going to be deep. That was number 24, Vi Heth, her first opportunity, in the Vikings get their second point. And Supernan will continue at the service line. Good one this time from Avery. Set up to the back row, and a swing from the back, dug up by the Vikings. That was Haley Wolf, and unfortunately for the Vikings, looked like it caromed off of one of the basketball hoops. Those are in play. Got to play around them, and doesn't help WLA that time. So after a service ace and then not a great return there and not a great dig from Haley Wolf. Second service error for the Pumas, and it's 3-2. So Lindsay Nell will head back to the service line and free pass back over to the Vikings. Chance here for Abby Cole. Good swing, but dug up well. Double hit. It was the libero for the Pumas, Mackey, who had the double hit to get it back to the Vikings, who have a 2-point lead now, and that's an ace for Lindsay Nell. Great serve that time, just dipped over the net, and it was McCaffrey who couldn't handle it for Poynette. And Lindsay Nell will continue. Straight back at McCaffrey. This time it was better, and she's going to get a swing here. Good spot, but the Vikings able to dig it up with Nell. Swing for Dins. Dug up, and the Vikings are still back in it. Back row swing, and Avery Supernan has a kill. Good job by the Vikings. That was another vicious swing, that time from Milena Dins, well blocked by Poynette. I think it was Vi Heth getting up on this near side, or far side as you view the court, and able to block that. There's another service error for the Vikings as Haley Wolf returns and gives Lindsay Nell a break. 6-3 lead for the home Vikings. They're the 7th seed in this sectional. And it'll be Mackey to serve. That was an easy one to deal with. The Vikings did so. Chance here for Cole. Cross court, and it's too strong. Good swing by Abby, but just not enough downward trajectory on it. Good pass from Avery Supernan. You would assume so. That was kind of a, I don't know if that's a change-up or if that's just Mackey's service. No, that was a little bit better there from Mackey. Unger goes to Dins, tips it across, and beautiful job by Poynette. Can't crawl over. So Milena Dins will have her first kill of the evening. And Abby Cole back to the service line. Cole did not do a ton of serving a year ago, but an opportunity here. Jump serve for her. Dug up by Poynette. Here's a chance. And a good swing that time from McCaffrey. And she gets Poynette on the side out. Sam Miller going to check in for the Vikings. And head straight back to the back row. Bring her in for some defensive cover. And it was Abby Cole that took a seat. That's so just deep from Milena Dins. Hit that one sweetly, and it was dipping. Unfortunately for Dins, just a little bit too strong. Serving, continuing here with Morgan Gunderson, and an ace. So a little run here for Poynette. They have 3 straight points and tie this thing up. 7-7. The Vikings led at 1 point, 7-4. And now 3 straight points for the Pumas, and Gunderson will continue. Good serve here, dug up well by Supernan. Here to the middle, Brooklyn Dins tips it across. Unger didn't have many options that time, kind of had to tip it to Brooklyn Dins. And it's going to be WLA's point. Unger got up well, and it was last touched by Poynette and landed out of bounds. 8-7 and the first chance to serve here for Milena Dins. Dins with the jump serve, it's a good one. Dug up well that time from Mackey. Back row swing for Gunderson. Dug up by Dins well. Unger looking to the near side. Avery Supernan cross court. Dug up well, but a free one coming here for the Vikings. Chance for Brooklyn Dins. Finds a good spot. Brooklyn Dins. And she's got her first kill of the night. That was beautiful by Brooklyn. She doesn't take many of the big, vicious hacks at it like Milena does. Here's another pretty good serve from Milena Dins, and another double. So some errors for Poynette, and again, the Pumas just 8 wins on the season, 8-15, and the Vikings, I mean, they're obviously still good enough to get things done. This one's off speed from Dins, pops it way up in the air on that serve, and a swing here across court, too deep for McCaffrey. So the Vikings able to rattle off 4 straight points, responding to the 3-0 run that Poynette went on just a few moments ago. And Dins will continue at the service line. That's a kind of who you want there if you want to go on a run, and it's an ace. Right on cue for the Vikings. Milena Dins knuckles one, and Poynette couldn't handle it. 12-7, the Vikings lead, and we continue with the first set right after this. So it's a good start for the Vikings. Jordan King with you here on WLA TV. Glad to have you along for this WIAA regional quarterfinal. And this portion of the bracket is the lower portion of sectional number 3. The top half of that has St. Mary Catholic as the 1 seed. Down here at the bottom, we mentioned Laconia and how good the Spartans are this season. Here is Unger straight to Supernand. Another kill for Avery. She's got 2 of those here in the first set. And the Vikings run is out to a 6-0 run. They lead 13-7. Another good one from Dins. My goodness, she is hitting it good, and it's another ace. Her second of the night and third team ace. Winner of this likely heads down to Horicon on Thursday to face the second-seeded team from Horicon. Another one off speed from Dins. Chance to swing here. Tipped by the Vikings. It was Dins and a double hit. And Unger frustrated with herself on that one. But stops the bleeding for the moment after a beautiful 7-0 run. Much on the right arm of Milena Dins. Here is Avery Supernand. Down the line, Supernand. That was a great swing from Avery and a little bit more power than sometimes she's able to get. And I think she's comfortable on the left side. She certainly looks good on the left side. There's no doubt. And, hey, that was a good serve there from Haley Wolf, who is the final Viking starter that you will see serve. And an underhand kind of set there from Sam Miller. And another one. Avery Supernand is on fire. 4 kills in the first set here of the 16 points that the Vikings have, and they can just keep going to Avery Supernand. But a lot of times last year, obviously with Amber Johnson, was another player that played on the left side for the Vikings, or someone they like to get on that left side. And another double hit here from Unger. Getting back to that point, though, you have Dins. And then last year you also had Amber Johnson. Johnson, who was on the JV coaching staff here at WLA. Good to have some alumni in that role. But there really wasn't any opportunities for Avery Supernand to get any swings on the left side. You can tell she's comfortable over there. Here's another one. Supernand down the line. Oh, just wide for Avery. That time she was looking for her 5th kill already here in this first set. Vikings lead it still by 7, 17-10. But she does a nice job on the right side, but you can definitely tell she is more comfortable, as most would be, as a right-handed hitter on the left side. Tip that time from Lindsay Nell, read well by the Pumas, and they're going to get a tip here and not keep that one in play, so the Vikes get another point, 18-10. At least I think. They didn't update the scoreboard, but I think it should be 18-10. We'll see if they get that changed. Here's Sam Unger after a service error on her first chance. That one's a good one. Vikings get a block at the net, and that one's going to be 4. Good block. I couldn't tell. I mean, it was difficult to tell. Nell and Cole were both up for it and able to block that down. Now they just added 18-10 now, so I don't know if the scorer missed that one or not really positive, but it was definitely 17 prior to that. Another block. That time it was Nell. And it's 19-10. Well, if nothing else, the Vikings, a close match, certainly that would be a big deal, but Vikings almost doubling up the Pumas so far, 19-10 in this first set. There's a chance from the back row. That's McCaffrey. Vikings deal with it well. Haley Wolf looking for Supernan. Avery with a cross-court hit. And Lindsay Nell, but she was into the net. Lindsay was just a little bit too eager, and she pummeled the net. 19-11. So Yelk will serve for the Pumas. Nice job there from Supernan to get low. And that was a good response from Lindsay Nell, her second kill of the first set. She hammered that one down the left side of the floor. And the Vikings lead back out to 9 points. Avery Supernan back to serve, her second chance from the service line. Hits a good one. And Mackey can't deal with it. Fourth ace of this first set for the Vikings, and another timeout for the Pumas. Vikes lead by 10, 21-11. We're back with more. Stay with us on WLA TV. Avery Supernan will continue serving here for the Vikings. A couple of straight points for the Vikes to extend this out to a 10-point lead. That's another good one. Avery's got back-to-back aces. Fifth of the night for the Vikings. 2 for Dins, 2 for Supernan. And they are, I think that might actually be 3 for Avery now that I think about it. Think back to a little bit earlier in the match. That's overpass, dealt with by Dins. Melena's got her second kill of otherwise a quiet first set, and not by her own doing. Just ended up that Avery was in the front row for when Melena was serving, really. When you serve 7 straight points, that's all part of it. Service error that time from Avery Supernan. 11-point lead remains, and the Vikings just a pair away from closing out this first set and giving themselves a dominant lead here in the regional quarters, first round of the playoffs. Back row swing from Yelk, and a chance here from Elena Dins. Good set from Unger. Dins into the tape, crawled over, and another block. Nell and Cole getting together once again. And Lindsay Nell will try to close this thing out. 24-12. Good one from Nell. Dug up well that time from Mackey. And a swing from McCaffrey. And a good dig from Lindsay Nell. Not what she's out on the floor to do. And a touch by Mackey. Melena Dins with a ferocious cross-court swing. And it was tipped just at the last second by Addison Mackey. She didn't have a ton of time to make a decision, but went off of her fingertips, and the Vikings get the first set win, 25-12. We're going to take a break, and when we come back, we'll have the second set. Stay with us. You're watching here on WLA TV. So just about ready for the second half of action here on WLA TV. Jordan King with you. First sporting event we were able to get live streamed here on WLA TV. Now, done a few games over at Radio Plus Info. Certainly some of the football games will be back here on Friday night for the Level 1 playoffs. Mayville at WLA, and I'm looking forward to that one, so hope you'll join us there. That's Radio Plus Info. And another kill for Avery Supernan. I was going to say some highlights there of the first set. Avery Supernan with 4 kills, 3 from Elena Dins. Brooklyn Dins got in there with 1. Nell had a couple. Abby Cole was in on at least 1. Certainly had a couple of blocks with Nell. 5 service aces for the Vikings in the first set, none for the Pumas. Pumas had 2 service errors, the Vikings had 3. That one's tipped across, and the Vikings were into the net again. And Abby Cole was in the net. And Abby Cole said, "I was not." You could read her lips from up here. And I'll believe Abby Cole. But the Poynette coach was right on that too. So clearly someone hit the net because he was quickly onto that one. Unger goes straight down the middle, tipped from Nell. Unger was almost in the way of Nell there a little bit. And a tip, good spot from McCaffrey. And Poynette has a lead. And this is the first time they have led since it was 1-0 in that first set. And it was the first serve of the match with Sam Unger going deep. And ever since then, it's been all Vikings. A 25-12 first set win. Vikings able to dig that one up, but a free ball over the top and a deep swing. No touch for the Vikings. They tie it up quickly. Tied up here at 2. Supernan will serve for WLA. And a good one from Avery. Near side, swing for McCaffrey. Dug up, not well enough. That was a beautiful swing from Cassidy McCaffrey, and she has been the best source of offense so far for the Pumas. And they lead it 3-2. Abby Cole, serve receive this time. Pops it up, Supernan, and a swing for Dins. It's a tough one. Went off the tape, crawled over. Free one coming for the Vikes. Supernan, Unger, far side, Milena Dins. See you later. 4 kills for Dins, first of this second set. Brooklyn Dins back into the game as she replaces Haley Wolf, and to the front row she goes. Both middles will play as long as Lindsay Nell is serving, then she'll trot back off the floor and allow Wolf back on. Here is McCaffrey, dug up by Supernan. Unger goes to the middle, and a swing for Brooklyn Dins. Didn't hit it real well. Chance here on a free ball, tipped over. Unger, back set, Cole down the line, and a kill for Abby Cole. Good spot from Abby. She knew right away she had to take that one down the line, pointed the thumb down, and got it done. Vikings with their first lead of this second set, 4-3. First consequential lead, I should say, of this second set. And near side swing for Poynette. Dug up by Supernan. Unger looks far side. Dins curls one over the top. And here is McCaffrey once again, tipped by the Vikings. The Vikes are doing a nice job on the block. Dins again. Was it touched? No. And it's tied back up at 4. Dins just kind of saying I was close on that one. Close but no cigar. More serving for the Pumas, tipped up by Abby Cole. And a good battle at the net there. Good job by Unger as the tip comes from Poynette. Another good strong swing and a nice dig by Mackey that time. Saved as well. Oh, just outside the antenna. Good hustle by Sydney Wright. That looked, that had to have been close for sure. So I thought she maybe kept that one in play, but not quite so. Here goes Abby Cole. That's a beautiful serve. Abby Cole, first ace of the second set, goes to Abby. And she's having a nice year. 6-4. Cole once again. Knuckler dealt with well this time from Poynette. Another swing, and Din's able to somehow get that back across. It was Sydney Wright who had it offensively, and a touch here. Oh, man, I did not see that touch at all. Man, that seemed to be called by Poynette's head coach, Jesse Atkins. He wanted it, begged for it, and got it. I did not see the touch, neither did the official on the far side, but the near side official did. McCaffrey not able to get this one in, and the Vikes lead back up to 2. I am, as I usually say, I am quite far away from the court, so you can't really take my advice. Here's a swing from McCaffrey in the back row. Dug up well by Sam Miller, and waiting there at the net was Sydney Wright. Got it done for the Pumas. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Missed that one. Not sure if it was a net violation. I thought that got across from Sydney Wright. I must have missed something as I looked down to pen a note there. And the Pumas are able to get a point here. They're calling that a lift on Avery Supernand. She stuck her hand out and pancaked it. Things are getting wonky over here. That was Elsa Feller who was eventually able to get the kill. I think that was a bad call. I'm not a volleyball expert, though, so maybe I'm absolutely incorrect. Swing from behind the line. It's in for Dins. That was from behind the 6-foot line. And a back row swing for Dins. She hammered it down. Looked like a good call. Atkins did not agree with it. Hard to tell. I will say that. That is a tough job. And 4 hits for Poynette. Vikes get another point. The Pumas have been much more competitive in this set, regardless of how it turns out. Now, they let the last one get away from them. It was tied up at 7s. So they actually, statistically speaking, you would say they played the first set better. But they have been much more competitive on the points that they have given up. They have been much more competitive in this set. There's another one for Avery Supernand. Just curled it over the top and was able to find the floor. 5-point lead for the Vikings in this second set. They won the first set 25-12 if you're just joining us. It's a 7-10 matchup. Oh, what a sweet play. Emma Yelk. Oh, man, that was beautiful. She lulled the Vikings to sleep. She lulled her teammates to sleep. There was not a person in the building who believed that ball was going over. And Yelk was able to tip it and find a soft spot in the Vikings defense. That was gorgeous. Chance here for Lindsay Nell. Good swing from her. And Yelk keeps it alive. Nice play there. Nell going to go straight back at it. Dug up by Yelk. Chance here for Yelk once again. And that one's just pulled a little bit far wide on that near side as you view the court. Got my new broadcasting location. I am just up on the top left corner of your screen, over in that corner. That's where we are this year. Used to be up on the near side by the concession stand. No longer the case. That's a nice tip there from Elsa Feller, and she's able to get it done, tipping it off the outside of the Viking block. That was a smart play. So 12-8. A lead for the Vikings. Feller with the serve. Far side, chance for Abby Cole. Cole gets it done. Second kill of the night for Abby. 13-8. Here's a chance. Free ball coming for the Vikings. Unger looks to Dins and hammered down. Milena Dins, 6th kill of the evening for Milena. 14-8 lead for the Vikings. Avery Supernand will continue to serve. Supernand continues. Good one here. Nice job by Mackey to get it up, and McCaffrey just a little bit short on the swing that time. 15-8, another timeout, Poynette. They find themselves down 7, despite, as I said a couple of times earlier, I think they've been much more competitive here in the second set. 15-8, back in a minute. In fact, we'll come back about a little early, 15 seconds or so. We have until we serve it up again. Tell you what's coming this week on WLA TV. Well, maybe not on WLA TV, but a big week as we head into the postseason for every single sport here in the fall for WLA. On Thursday, the soccer team starts off its run. They're a 2 seed. Chance here now. We'll see if this soccer team can get some momentum again. Might they be able to make a run in the postseason, try to get down to Eline Soccer Park for the state championships? We'll see. That comes up on Thursday. Here's a chance on the far side, and pretty good swing there from Neely Rip. And the Vikings able to get the kill from Lindsey Nell. Nell's third. So that's on Thursday. The Vikings take on the winner of Mayville or Columbus. That's being played right now at Columbus. And if Columbus expected to win that one, and they would come travel to the Fond du Lac Soccer Complex and take on the Vikings there. That's going to be a lift from Yelk, who's been all over the floor here in this second set for the Pumas. If they win that, the Vikings would then play on Saturday. That would be a regional final for the Vikes, and another ace for Avery Supernand, her 4th of the night, 6th team ace. Check that yeah, I do have that as the 4th. 7th team ace for the Vikings. Another serve for Avery Supernand. Overpass. Hammer down Dins. You can't overpass it and be successful, but you can't overpass it to Milena Dins and not get it tattooed on your forehead. That was a vicious swing. Yelk looks to the near side. McCaffrey on the swing. Chance for McCaffrey once again, and she gets it done this time. 19-9. On Friday, level 1 of the playoffs, mentioned that. Coverage on Radio Plus Info. Radio Plus, if you search Radio Plus Info on YouTube, you'll find the stream. For Mayville at WLA football, level 1. Vikings are a 1 seed in that. And the Vikings able to somehow will this one across on just a swing that time from Unger. Saved here from Cole. Chance back row. Supernand into the block and down. Great play by Sydney Wright. Able to get up and block that. Awesome play. And then on Saturday, sectional cross-country meet. And I would think Bennett Midtune for the Vikings would have a legitimate chance to maybe make a run at state again. He ran at state last year, and you would certainly assume he's going to have a chance and opportunity to do that again if he's able to run well on Saturday. Was a conference champion, was Bennett Midtune. Here's Unger after the double that she just had, and no tip on that one from Lindsey Nell. 19-12. The Viking lead cut down to 7. And I think that was Kira Shea over there in the corner. The speed of Kira Shea is evident always. And by the way, now beautiful cross-court swing, that time from Dins, and found the far side of the court. Shea was also on the JV coaching staff along with Amber Johnson, mentioned that earlier, and then Siri Kuski. Here's Nell, ace for the Vikes, 7th, check that, 8th ace of the evening. This one going to Lindsey Nell. And the Vikes are 4 points away from winning the second set. Won the first set 25-12. If Nell serves this thing out, they'll win this one 25-12. Mackey gets it across. Unger looks backwards. Here's Abby Cole. Cole able to tip it back up. Unger looks backwards. Near side swing. Milena Dins is cooking now. She's got 9 kills. Over 700 in her career. That's a pretty good mark, I would say, for Milena Dins. 22-12. But that trio, Kuski, Shea, and Johnson, obviously good to have them still part of the program. Here's a swing into the net from Abby Cole. And that'll be the 13th point of this set for the Pumas. But it's good to have their influence. They were so much fun to watch. A season ago, that was a conference championship season for the Vikings. Went into the pit and took care of Laconia. Obviously, Laconia came back here to WLA in the postseason and took care of WLA, knocking the Vikings out. But that was a special group and a special season a year ago. Another point for the Pumas. Tighten this thing up just a little bit more, but still an 8-point lead. Plenty of breathing room, for the Vikings. And the third service error of the night. Really, it was cleaned up well from the Pumas. They had 2 service errors on their first 2 serves. And that's the first one since. So they certainly cleaned that up. Try to make the WLA Vikings beat them. Unfortunately for the Pumas, WLA is playing extremely well right now. And let me take this moment to say the dumbest cheer in the history of sports. There's a net there. Thank you, WLA students, for that piece of useful information. It's just dumb. It's low-level cheering. It's not even clever or anything. Anyway, swing that time. It was close for Sydney Wright, but just trickled a little bit too far. The Vikings win set 2, 25-14. Put 3 minutes on the clock, and they are just 1 set away from a sweep in this 7-10 matchup. Stay with us. We continue on with more right after this. Back here on WLA TV, glad to have you along. Jordan King with you. The Vikings and the Pumas. The newest member of the WLA class of 2042 in attendance, by the way, tonight. 2042, that's right. And WLA ready to get this thing rolling. Here's Sam Unger. Swing on the far side. WLA able to dig it up, and Haley Wolf says, let's just get that across, and it's too deep. One nothing lead here in the third period. We'll see if the Vikings can keep up the momentum. Now, this has been something that the Vikings have struggled with all season long. They have had a lot of opportunities to complete sweeps, and the mental intensity is just lacks a little bit. And there's a double from Unger. So the Vikings trail by 3, which is their largest deficit of the night. Granted, the deficit of 2 was the largest deficit that they had tonight as well. So Abby Cole able to stop the bleeding here with her 3rd kill of the night. And the Vikings now trail 3-1. Here's Avery Supernan. She's done a nice job from the service line. She's got 4 aces by my count here tonight. Officially unofficial statistics. Cole hits that one on the way down, but able to get it over. It was a decent hit for Abby Cole. Unger, back row set, and tipped. Good spot. Avery Supernan is having herself a night. 7 kills for Avery. In addition to the 4 aces that she has collected this evening. Good productive night for the senior, and I know she loves volleyball. Tipped across, Wolf digs it up, near side, Unger coming to Dins, and was it touched? I'm not sure. I think it was touched. Interesting. The far side official said in anyways, so, well, near side for you guys, excuse me. Got to get used to being on the other side of the floor. There's a double. And just like that, the Vikings go on a 4-0 run and lead the Pumas by a point. I didn't see a touch on that down the line Dins strike, by the way, her 10th kill. And Wolf not able to get down and reach that one. Tied up at 4. Serving here for the Pumas into the net. That was Feller again. That's the 4th service error for Poynette. And Lindsay Nell to the service line. She's had a really good night serving, and it continues. Nell's 3rd ace of the night. Another one for Nell. Tipped up this time. A good job there from McCaffrey. Feller just has to tip it across. Chance here for the Vikings. Coming to Dins, cross court. Dug up by Mackey. Great play by the libero from the Pumas. And Abby Cole continues with her nice evening as well. The Vikings have done a good job. Now it's pretty much a 4-headed monster. And by the way, I've been impressed with Sam Unger tonight. I think she is a lot more calm and a lot more consistent than she was certainly a season ago. And even if you look at the growth across the season, nice swing from McCaffrey, and she's able to score it for Poynette. 7-5. the Vikings lead it. But Nell, Cole, Dins, and Avery Supernan have been the 4 that have done the majority of the work for the Vikings. Tipped here from Unger, set up well, and Abby Cole's got 5 kills. She is dominating the right side, is Abby Cole. Abby goes back to serve. And oh my. It's an ace. It feels kind of dirty, but trickles over, hits the tape, and just falls over. Here goes Abby Cole yet again. Another good one from Abby. Far side, and just a free one coming here. Wright wasn't able to get a swing on it. Chance here on a little bit of a slide play. Good. Well done, Brooklyn Dins. It's not the quickest slide play I've ever seen in my life, but the Vikings got it done. 10-5, they lead it. It's not what you're going to see if you go catch a game down in Madison, Wisconsin, I'll say that much. Abby Cole, a little too much steam on that. Just the 4th error for the Vikings. Something that has plagued them this year is service errors. And right now they have 10 aces to just 4 errors, which is certainly a big reason why they're in the position that they're in. Not a great pass from Supernand, and she that was a tough one to deal with. It was a really nice serve that time from Morgan Gunderson. And Avery not able to handle it. A little bit better this time, still not right on the money. And the Vikings a little bit out of sync, but doesn't matter. Milena Dins just kind of shrugged after that one. Guess that's what you do when it's too easy for you. I don't know. I know one thing, she's very good at this sport, is Milena, and she's going to continue playing at UW Oshkosh. There's an ace, right on cue. Milena with the 11th ace of the night for the Vikings. And a 4-year starter, like I said, hit the 700 kill mark. She's just special player for the Vikings, and they'll be sad to see her go. Tip that time from Sam Unger, using the North Pups well, and a good swing. It doesn't matter. Dins just swings, and it ends up on the floor, inbounds on the other side. Another good one from Milena Dins. She's got a dozen kills tonight, does Milena. And she continues here at the service line, up 13-7. Pops this one over, finds a good spot. Chance here for Wright, and a good dig by Milena Dins that time, and Supernan hits it into the net. That was a good swing from Sydney Wright, and it got the Vikings out of system and really put the pressure on WLA, make them make a mistake, and they did. McCaffrey. Supernan digs it up. Unger straight back to Avery Supernan, who did not hit that one so sweetly. I think Avery is, she's owed a couple of those after her start here tonight. She was phenomenal to get things going. She had 5 kills in that first set. Another good serve from McCaffrey, dug up from Wolf, coming back to Supernan, right back to the well. Dug up by Wolf after it goes into the net, out of the block. Oh, and the left-handed, hook shot looking thing from Brooklyn Dins, and Supernan able to hammer it off the block. She's going to get another kill. That was smart play from Avery Supernan, identifying the block and hitting it off the outside, but that was an athletic play. Creativity was top there from Brooklyn Dins. Wasn't the prettiest looking thing, but the Vikings are getting it done. 14-9, and Haley Wolf with a good one. This one trickles over after hitting the tape. Another swing for Wright into the block and down. Vikings get another point. That time it was the block of Nell and Unger at the net. And the Vikings lead it by 6, 15-9. Poynette 8-15 on the season. They're the 10 seed. The Vikings over 500, 18-11 on the year. Hey, Sam Unger once again. This time gets a kill, working the North Pups on that one. And able to pick up a kill. Her first of the night, by the way. 16-9. And Poynette just trying to figure out, just trying to make sure Poynette is in the correct spot. I think they had their libero have to leave their, not sure what happened there. Trainer's going over to take a look, make sure everyone's okay. McCaffrey able to save it for the Pumas. Unger looks back to Supernan all day, hits off the light, and the Pumas able to stay with it. That's a really nice job. Good concentration by Poynette. Supernan 4. Avery not quite able to angle that one across the net, and the Pumas back within 6, 16-10. Hopefully the Vikings, you know, for their sake, want to take care of this in 3, excuse me. And they are going to have a stoppage here. I wonder if it was a bloody nose for the libero Mackey, because they just stopped playing. I think they're looking for a towel here, I think is what our stoppage is for. Let's see. We're still stopped. Huh. And it looks like they're going to go wipe the ball off as well. We're going to take a timeout. We'll take a break. We'll come back. We'll finish this match up. 16-10, Vikes lead. Just about back here on WLA TV. Kira Shea said she wanted to. Oh no, I'm sorry. She said she doesn't. Kira Shea's in the building, boys and girls. All the celebs are out for the postseason here on for the Vikings. Sam Miller able to get that one across for WLA. They are 9 points away from sealing a sweep here. And I think Kira is here to see the member of the class of 42 that I referenced prior. And Sam Unger replaced by Abby Cole, 17-10. And Sam Miller, was replaced by Abby Cole. Sam Unger has the service error there. That was her, the Vikings' 5th service error. Vikes still lead it by 6. Wolf digs it up. Unger goes backwards to Supernan. Good spot, tipped up, and couldn't get there. That was Val Heth who got her fingertips on it, but we'll give Avery Supernan another kill. She's got 9. Avery, good swing there on the serve. And Poynette able to get a swing of their own. That was a great swing by, I think that was Gunderson again, Morgan Gunderson, who went cross court, and there hasn't been a ton of room and ton of space for, these windows have not been big for Poynette to hit, but they were able to find one there. Good serve that time. And a good swing from Dins. It was Feller with the serve for Poynette. She's on the service line. Dins able to spin that one across. Here's another tip. Wolf gets there. Back set from Unger. On the right side, another kill for Abby Cole. Cole's got 6. 19-12. Winner likely plays Horicon. No, you know, I don't think we see many, if any, 15 seeds take down the 2 seeds in WIAA playoff. That should be a double. It is. McCaffrey not able to get underneath that one, and another point for the Vikings, 20-12. And Nell will continue. Ace for Lindsay Nell. 12 aces for the Vikings. Timeout Poynette. Vikes lead 21-12. Back in a minute. Vikings 4 points away from clinching the sweep. This will be the last home match for the Vikings this season, unless something really wonky happens. Now there is an opportunity. There is a chance that Thursday's at home for the Vikings. That is almost 0%, but there is a chance. And Supernan not able to get to that one. It was good hustle by Avery to at least get some contact on it, but not able to get any substantial. (21-13). Vikes have the lead here, and the student section says we want Leah Mathias, one of the seniors for the Vikings. Want her to get some action. Here is McCaffrey off of a tip. No touch. And Leah Mathias is getting ready to sub in, and she's going to come in for Avery Supernan. So the students get what they want. They ask for Leah Mathias, they get Leah Mathias. And Abby Cole straight into the net. Here comes Sam. And as soon as they sub on Leah Mathias, the students start chanting something else. Evelyn Davies into the game also, by the way. Here's another one. And Evelyn Davies picks up the assist from Milena Dins. They said, we want Kenna. Well, McKenna Herbrand does statistics for the team, so not sure that's going to happen. Anna Trewin comes in, and Milena Din's night is done. 13 kills for her. 23-14. And the Vikings finally got it figured out. Trewin in to serve, and a good one from Anna. McCaffrey looks to the far side, and this is going to be 4. The Vikings just a point away. And Ellie Walta gets in. So the Vikings able to get everyone some action here tonight. And a tree win, tipped it off, and the Vikes get an ace to finish this thing out. 13 aces for the Vikings tonight compared to just 5 service errors. That's usually their problem, is getting service that's inbounds. So a good step for the Vikings to be good from the service line here this evening. This is the sectional, bottom half of sectional number 3 in Division 3 of the WIAA state tournament. Regional quarterfinal, first round, whatever you want to call it, for WLA, and they get it done. They win it in 3, 25-12, 25-14, and they just turned off the scoreboard quickly before I could get a final there, but you know it as a sweep. So the Vikes able to get that done, and they move on. Thursday they will head to Horicon and take on Horicon. Just make sure that I got my names right. Want to say thanks to everyone for joining us for this evening's game. Yeah, Horicon playing Lamira tonight, so it'll be at Horicon for the Vikings coming up on Thursday. We'll see if we can get someone up here that wants to talk, since Kira doesn't want to give us the rundown of what happened. So maybe one of the players will. We will give them approximately 30 seconds, and then we will sign off. Because, it's a Tuesday night. We got to get home and take care of the kid. Take care of the class of the class of 2042. Got to take care of the kids. So there you go. WLA able to get it done again the rest of the week. Soccer Thursday. Now volleyball plays Thursday, but soccer's at home, taking on the winner of Columbus and Mayville. If they win that, they will play for a regional final on Saturday at the Fond du Lac Soccer Complex. If the girls volleyball team able to win and beat number 2 seeded Horicon on Thursday, they will likely travel to Marshall, I believe it is, who would be the 3 seed. It is Marshall, if all else holds true. And the Vikings would travel to Marshall to try to play for a regional championship on that one as well. And then on Friday, level 1 of the playoffs, the football team takes on Mayville on Friday. You got all sorts of kids yelling at me. We're going to say goodbye. The girls want to celebrate the win, which is a good thing. They get it done 25-12, 25-14. We don't know what the last set was, but you can rewind it, figure it out for yourself. It's a sweep for the Vikings. They get it done. And this was our one and only match that we had here on WLA TV, and the girls played well for the match. And congratulations to them on the quarterfinal win. See if they can keep things going as the postseason progresses on Thursday. Best of luck to them, to the rest of the soccer tournament, and to the football team coming up on Friday. Not sure if we'll have any way to watch that the soccer team on Thursday, but on Friday I will be along on Radio Plus Info. Go to YouTube and search Radio Plus Info, and you can catch our broadcast of Mayville at WLA for the football Level 1 playoffs. WLA gets it done, 3-0. They win it. Jordan King saying so long. Have a good evening. You've been watching WLA Volleyball on WLA TV. Good night.